Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, weatherweb.net, on Sunday the 9th of February. Thanks again for watching. After yesterday's storms, today's been a bit of a relief. Lighter wind across the country, although I know there have been some showers around. And of course we continue to look for the improvement. And I'm still going for these dates, you know, the 18th and 19th. Yeah, I could be shot down in flames here, but still going to go for those dates for the improvement coming through. And certainly that's what we're getting indicated from the models at the moment. This is the 7 to 10 day means of the 500 millibar flow. We've got ECMWF on the left here. We've got the GFS on the right. Now, this is for the period valid from next Sunday through to Wednesday the 19th. So we're getting into that period. And you see here the ECMWF, look, is building a ridge here in the Atlantic. The GFS isn't. The GFS goes for the jet stream and then dips in this trough through the UK. It does show above normal heights here, and the ECMWF has it in a band further east. So at the moment, the ECMWF is the chart that's a little more bullish on the idea, but it's showing it in there, and to be honest, I wouldn't really expect it to be showing that much at these dates. I think probably tomorrow should hint at something coming through. So we'll stick with these ideas. We'll go with the 18th and 19th for now. I thought I'd just quickly show you the NAO as well. It's the line here that we're interested in. It's the middle line, the blue line, which is the forecast line here for the next 14 days. You notice how that's running positive, so indicating that those westerlies stay with us across the Atlantic, so no signs of winter. And the Arctic Oscillation also showing no signs of winter either, being positive, which tends to mean that the westerlies remain around the pole, which keeps the cold air across the pole. Having said that, there is going to be some rain around. Some of it could be heavy, and it could well be, particularly on Tuesday, that's preceded by a little bit of snow across the high ground of Wales and across the Pennines and perhaps into Scotland as well. So, you know, not going to rule it out completely. There may be a little bit of snow overnight elsewhere as well into Wednesday morning, but nothing severe, nothing serious, just normal wintry stuff. But I just don't think it's going to be around for long anyway. So we'll stick with our dates then, as I say, 18th and 19th. And just interesting to see the MJO, where the CFS takes us on the MJO. And the black line that you can see here, this is where it's been over recent days. You see the dates there next to it. And then the lines going out, the coloured lines, are the various runs of the CFS ensemble. But you notice here, look, it's coming around into phase 2, and then eventually into phase 3, phase 4, and by the beginning of March, we're into phase 5 and phase 6. So what exactly are these phases? Well, if I show you phase 2, you probably think, well, that's nowhere near what it's actually going to be like, because this is the average for phase 2. And if I just turn it round here so you can see the British Isles there, those green colours are above normal heights. So what it actually says is phase 2, we actually have a centre above normal heights here. We have a trough in the Atlantic with a big ridge across the UK. And remember, we were going into phase 2 on the 17th or 18th, and this is what it says phase 2 is like. Now remember, it's the early stage of phase 2 that we were looking at there. If this came right and the MGO was correct, then actually it would build this high in quite significantly. And then phase 3, which we entered around about the 27th, 28th of the month, that shows that the ridge stays through us. Look, an omega ridge there, high pressure through us. Yeah, we got colder northerly winds off towards the east, but essentially it builds the ridge through. So you see this idea of them pointing towards this drier end to March, and everything is pointing in that direction. Now, we can only go with the information that we've got, but everything is pointing towards this idea of a drier end to the month. I do think that this is probably overdone a little bit. So I do think these charts are overdone. I think it's trying to build the high end too much on the CFS. I don't think it'll be like that. I think, like I've said, the more likely scenario is the gradual building pressure from the south. Now, this is of interest because, just quickly, you put this together. If you look at the analogue, this is the forecast centred on today for 11 days' time. Now, what we do here is we look at the prediction from the GFS ensemble for 11 days' time and then compare it back to previous years. And just looking at these top 3 years, look, we've got 1990, we've got 1956, and we've got 1976. Now just have a look from those top 3 years of how the 500 millibar flow developed during those years. So we've got 1990 here, look, ridge through here. There's the strong jet across Scotland. This is the projection, by the way, for 14 days' time. So this is from each of those dates, but projected forward in 2 weeks. So effectively, this from now being the 9th of February, this takes us up to the 23rd of February. So this is how the flow was then. We've got a ridge here, look, on this one. That's from 1956. So this was 1990, this was 1956. This one here was 1976. And again, look, a big ridge in there across the UK. So it all shows sign. Whenever you look at the charts, you look at the models, you look at the analogues, all of them showing these signs of the ridge building in. Hence the reason why I'm still going for this idea of the dry weather being in there. Could be a complete fool in doing this, but I wait to see. And I've no doubt there'll be a few of you out there who can't wait for it to be wrong and to tell me so. But I thought it's better to show you this sort of information and how we kind of build the picture of the forecast rather than just leave you in the dark and then make predictions based on, you know, what can seemingly be very abstract things. I like to show you as much information as I possibly can about where these come from. And what that would do is, if we did go down the route with the analogues, that would keep us drier probably through the end of February and into the early parts of March as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops over the next few days in terms of the models. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, we kept free of charge because you keep on coming back and using the site, basically. What that does is it means we can put more adverts in front of you, and by putting the adverts in front of you means that we can generate the revenue, which means that we can do even more videos. So once again, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.